Hello, how you doing? I'm Tony of Tony's Lawn Service. Make no mistake about it. I love what I did. I was a lawn and landscaper. I did my yards with the utmost. I had 48 roads, 10 city contracts, and $5 million to make. But somebody started a rumor. Somebody sold me a stolen lawnmower. Another African American hated me so bad that he would sell a brother a stolen lawnmower. Thank God for my wife. Made me paperwork on top of paperwork. And he had to sign this paperwork stating that I knew nothing, that the lawnmower was stolen. But let's go on with the story. On '07, I lost all my contracts. $5 million worth of contracts. My wife, she had a stroke, and I left the state of Florida. But before leaving the state of Florida, I had 48 rows. Those Havana Cubans, so nasty and so vindictive, they hated to see a black man work himself from the slums of the miry clay of Liberty City and take over the lawn and landscape business. I couldn't read or write, but my wife could, and she could read real good. She read it to me and we interpreted it together, and she told me what it meant. But guess what? Let's go on with the story. After being on city properties, I got Gwen Cherry, Victory Homes, Liberty Square, and Liberty City. Oh, and don't forget about the Poke and Bean project. I enjoyed cleaning. I enjoyed what I did. I did those properties for 5 years and never missed a beat. You can look at it at callstonysLawnService.com, on Outlook.com, one of the two. But let me go back with the story. And lo and behold, my wife got ill. I couldn't work the contracts and keep the guys going. I asked the guys, listen, we got 48 rows. I done taught you how to do this. You got the best equipment money can buy. You got Kubotas, diesel lawnmowers that'll run all day. You don't have to do nothing. They're liquid cool. They just like cars. They have warranties and everything. All you have to do is just sit on them and go up and down the road, pick up the paper and edge it and go on about your business. But the Havana Cubans of Florida, of Miami, Metro-Dade, and the city of Miami, these guys are crooked. They did not like Tony of Tony's Lawn Service. They had it in for me. So they dumped 4,800 trees on my roads at night, in the middle of darkness, in the middle of the dark night. When it came in the morning, they had palm trees going down the medium strips. That negated my Kubotas from 5 minutes of cutting to now to 3 hours of cutting one zone. That cut me back so deep I didn't know to get a lawyer. And you know, the city of Miami, they crooked. They care nothing only about the Hispanic people. But see, I was born in that city. I was born in the backseat of a deuce and a quarter. Mr. Charlie wanted to kill my daddy. And we moved from there, and we moved from Swainsboro, Georgia to Florida. But I was born as they was crossing the line. But Mr. Charlie still wanted to kill my daddy. Make no mistake about it. These are the stories that I was told as a kid. I never got a chance to really actually witness, hearing, and seeing Mr. Charlie but I heard so much about it. It was like I was there. It was in my mind. But what I did get a vision of was my oldest brother coming back from Vietnam. I was about 8 years old. He went in the room, in my mama's room. He had his gun that he brought back from the service. He had cleaned it, and just so happened we were sitting on the bed, and the gun went off and hit him in the head. It blew his brain matter all over me. I was bloody. My mama had broken down the door, and I was bloody. They thought I was hit. I was screaming and crying, brain matter all over me, and I've never been the same ever since. I have all kinds of letdowns and breakups and ups and downs, but something changed for me when I went to this place. I was down on my luck. I was feeling real bad. I didn't know what I was gonna be in life. I thought I was stuck with being just who I was. I wasn't gonna amount to anything. But I asked God to give me some help. He gave me some help. He gave me a good woman. A good woman, not a bad woman, but a good woman, a fair woman. You know, and say when a man finds a woman, he's in favor with God. Whatever he asks, it should be given. 'Cause he's in favor. And I'm a simple man. The simplest thing, just cut grass and make it look good. That's all I wanted to do. And that's what we did. And it took off. And the 48 Roads, they didn't care. They didn't care about my disabilities or my inability to coexist. They didn't care. They just wanted those contracts out of a black man's hands. They didn't care. They didn't care nothing. And I didn't get no write-ups. And I worked those contracts, and I done a great job. The guy used to come and sit in front of my house, in my truck, in my house, tell me how good I'm doing, but then he becomes a poison pen. He tell me I'm getting pressure from my boss to try to steal these contracts. You need to get a lawyer. And I'm talking to God like God's my lawyer, but I can't find a lawyer, not in the state of Florida, that'll believe a black man like me. You actually really got those contracts. They didn't believe it till they seen my wife being taken away in an ambulance. She had a stroke, a bad one. I couldn't do nothing about it. You want to talk about powerless? Let me show you how much power I had. The day that Andrew came through, he ripped up everything. And I had to go back out and clean up all those properties and make them safe for the people of those projects so they would not get hurt at any time. Make no mistake about it. I did that. I did Gwen Cherry, Liberty Homes, Victory Homes, did, what is that, all of the city properties throughout from 62nd to 27th, from 27th to 31st, from 31st all the way back to 7th Avenue, Victory Homes. That was 43 acres of place, of city properties. We cleaned them up. We made them look good. They had broken down trees and broken down promises. I worked hard in being a decent guy. I made some mistakes in my life, but believe me, I paid for them. Not compared to what happened to me when they stole all my contracts. And they can't say I couldn't do them because I was doing them for 5 years. They came up for bid and I won them again. But then, guess what? They dumped 4,000 trees, 4,000 trees on 48 roads. That don't change the scope of work. I don't know what will. But see, you know what? When it's done to a black person, it's just, no, that's just the way it is. But when it's done to a white person, believe me, it hurts. City of Miami was real crooked. But that ain't got nothing to do. That's how they do black people and how we allow ourselves to be victims. When I left from Florida, I said I wasn't going to be a victim no more. Lo and behold, when I got up here, they made me a victim again. But this time I got a lawyer, but the lawyer couldn't do nothing. I went to court, filed a small claims court, and went to Henry County. Henry County, they are crooked as well. They let these people tear up my equipment, pour water in the pump, sugar in the oil. How I know it was in there? Because Lashley found it. Lashley found it, but they didn't know that the other place had damaged it. Lashley wouldn't give me no paperwork on it, but I had it videoed. I videotaped everything, even when they got them back running. But the damage had already been done. They even took hammers. They even tore up the seats. That's how nasty these people were. But they wanted to crush me beyond compare. That's what Florida did to me, and the state of Georgia did to make me know that I'm a nigga. You don't supposed to be having $5 million worth of contracts. Not you. You can't read.